Hello there! It's not late at all tonight, or this afternoon, whatever it is. I have no idea what time it is really. It's something after 4 o'clock on December the Sunday. Bit of snow about, look on the ground, here's a bit of snow. Just look over there, there it is, there's a bit more. There's a road sign there which tells us, mind out for giant N's, the letter N. I don't mean hens, don't miss out, look out for chickens, I mean the letter N. Very slippery on account of the lack of friction beneath the racing bongo wheels. There's some sort of a monstrosity coming down the hill. I'm guessing that's some sort of a farm implement. Tractor, look at that, look at me tractor. I can't read and I can't write, but that don't really matter, because I knows when I get home so I can drive me tractor. Right, he's sort of slowing down a bit, so we'll have a trundle past that. No match for the bongo, it's in a bit of snow. I remember coming home from work very early one morning, just as the sun was dawning. I don't even know it was dawning, I've no idea really. I remember it as if it was yesterday, about 2 years ago. It was etched on my mind. Came round this corner here, just round here, these little wiggly bits are. And as sure as I'm sat here in my racing bongo, it was just in that field there. Well, no, maybe it wasn't that field. To be fair, they all look very similar, don't they, these fields? But big road close sign up, crawling with policemen. Absolutely couldn't see for policemen everywhere. Knee deep policemen. The whole road was blocked both ways. Couldn't see fish nor fowl for policemen. That's not the right thing. That makes the wipers wave backwards and forwards. Policemen, as far as the eye could see. Road completely blocked. Policemen. I stopped. It was that field there. Absolutely certain it was that one. There's the gate. But absolutely certain it was definitely that field. I remember at the back of me, it was definitely that field. That one we've just passed there. And you looked in the field. Oh no, it was this field. It was this one. Definitely this one. I'll just pull in there and I'll show you the field. There it is. It was that field there. As far as the eye could see, absolutely full policemen crawling all over it. I stopped and spoke to one of the coppers, asked him what the crack was, and he said there'd been a guy, he's a southerner from south of the A64, Steve Girton he was called. He was supposed to be going on a polar expedition to the North Pole, him and a few of his mates in Land Rovers, but what with the price of fuel and the fact that the North Pole was a lot further than they thought it was, this is as far as they've got. They came from Surrey and they got here, and they've been clarty holing in those fields. You know, you drive around for hours and hours and hours trying to get stuck, and then you spend hours and hours and hours trying to get not stuck. And they'd found loads and loads of body parts. Well, they only found a couple at first. Steve had been pulling his winch rope back. He'd been trying to extract himself with a tree stump, and he found these body parts stuck on his winch rope. So. And then he realised there was a few more kicking back, phoned the police, and the police came around, and that's it, that's the field. I'll put my window down so you can see it. That's the field. Can't see much of it now because of the snow, but that field there. And they'd marked all these body parts with little tiny flags, and it looked like there'd been a massacre. And when I spoke to the WPC that was in the panda car, she said so far they'd found in excess of 600 of these body parts. It was just in that field there. Anyway, I had to go around the other way. I went on the other way, and I was expecting to see it on the news when I got up out of bed, but it wasn't on the news because Steve, what he thought he'd discovered was the world's largest mass grave for snowmen, and it wasn't. It was a carrot field. It was just a field full of carrots. So that was that really. I mean, he hadn't realised, Southerners, that obviously they think that carrots come from rabbits. That's what happens when two rabbits get a bit amorous with each other. They get jiggy with it and have baby carrots. Look at a bit of ice on the road. It's been freezing all day. It's just warmed up enough to snow. That's what old people say. It's too cold to snow. It's warming up now though. Snow's on its way, so we had a heat wave earlier, about 3:30. I was out in me shorts, my sunnies, and now once it was warm enough, it started to snow. So I'm just looking for a soft paste in the hedge to drive through. I'm dashing to the scene of my next accident. I'm actually going to go and get some snow tyres, which, contrary to what you might think, they're not tyres that are made out of snow. That would be counterproductive. That wouldn't work at all. You won't get them to hold air, and when they got packed hard, they'd be really uncomfortable, and they'd be very slippy, and they'd get bigger and bigger and bigger the more you drove along the snow, wouldn't they? Really, and like a monster truck, snow wheels. You'd get. I was going to say vertigo, but vertigo not actually anything to do with a fear of heights. Vertigo is like the medical condition you get. Some people get acrophobia. I'll say that's when you're scared of heights. Although to be fair, heights I don't think ever killed anyone. It was the ground kills people. So maybe it ought to be groundophobic or something, or terrorphobic. That's not a phobia of like the 80s puppet show, Terror Hawks or anything like that. No, that's something completely different. Another one of these big lumps of agricultural equipment, tractors. No doubt doing community things. Yep, towing a car. There's a car there stuck on a completely flat, bare piece of road. Well, you understand it. I mean, I once got stuck on my living room carpet. It was my own fault. I fell asleep with my head on a jam sandwich. Obviously, at some point, I rolled over, and the jammy portion of my head stuck to the carpet. Look at all these cars, look at these, it's like the A19 but through Low Horska. It's been slowing relentlessly now for, well, it seems like forever, but it's closer to 20 minutes. If you were a mayfly, it would seem an awful long time, but I'm not entirely sure what a mayfly, what their opinion is of snow. I've never had the chance to sit down and speak to a mayfly. I'm not entirely sure that I've seen a mayfly, or what month it was. It could have just been a normal fly, June fly, or blue bottles. What's all that about? Blue bottle. It's a fly, isn't it? Gigantic fly. Nothing to do with bottles, I don't think. I've seen plenty of blue bottles. Didn't seem to have any correlation with bottles, or the colour even for me, because I've never been a big fan of colours. They're all very much of a muchness, aren't they? I mean, paint some red. It's just a bit of red. Anyway, colours, tedious. Tell you, that's what you do. You know what I mean? That's why I like winter. Everything's in black and white. Excellent. Little house here. Look. It's not a house. It should be. Could be. No doubt someone with a wad of cash in there. There's that place. It's a barn probably, that, but you know, someone with a bit of cash in the back pocket suddenly turn it into a holiday let. It's a shame you didn't see my steering wheel then. I'm ashamed. Everything went a bit squirrely. Again, I don't mean the van was full of squirrels. It just went a bit, you know, skiddy on the old ice there. If I had a bongo bus full of squirrels, it would absolutely be a disaster. There'd be peanut shells laid everywhere. If there's any peanuts, then I bet there's any peanuts in it. Maybe end up with some half a packet of Maltesers or something that we found lurking. Or Emma's chair in the back there. It's usually got quite a lot of sustenance in the bottom of it. Crumbs and stuff like that. If you're lucky, you might find the odd bit of crisps. Very nice crisps. I think I'm here now. Bye.